listening to the Sovereign Society podcast, a spiritual lifestyle sanctuary empowering you to honor the journey, trust the process, and radiate your radness. I'm your soul guide, Sabrina Riccio, Kundalini Yoga teacher, spiritual mentor, and modern medicine woman who's on a mission to anchor in heaven on earth in this golden era. Join me every week where I gather some of my favorite spiritual leaders, goddesspreneurs, and changemakers for some authentic conversations about all things spirituality, wellness, what it takes to build your empire, and so much more. Over the years, after my deep Kundalini awakening and a series of events like being struck by lightning, it's been loud and clear that part of my divine purpose here is to share with you the tools and the guidance that supported me along the way. My mission here is to empower you to navigate through these changing times with ease and grace as you go forth and align to your soul's destiny while staying true and real along the way. Thank you so much for tuning into the Sovereign Society podcast, and get ready because we're about to go in deep and come out the other side stronger than ever before. Hello and welcome to a new episode of the Sovereign Society podcast. I'm super stoked to be here, and I wanted to do a really powerful recording for the Lionsgate, and there's a lot of praise and love from doing my live recording 2 weeks ago. I didn't have a podcast last week because I was in the midst of traveling, literally on a plane coming back from vacation. So thanks for being here. We're almost at our 50th episode here on the Sovereign Society podcast. So I'm really pumped that you're here and you're on this journey with me. And I wanted to talk about the Lionsgate portal today because this is a really potent time. This is the time for us to really be in this space where the veil is super thin. And I want to talk about what this means. You know, it's more than just seeing it all over Instagram and stuff. It's like actually taking forth and really tapping into this energy and this portal of where we're at. So I'm doing this live right now, even on Instagram at Sabrina Riccio, just because it's so fun to connect with you guys and to see what resonates and what doesn't. So if you're not following me there, go for it. But I want to talk about this 8/8 Lionsgate portal. And as you know, we're in Leo season right now. And Leo, the lion, think about the lion heart, right? The Leo rules the heart. And so we're living in times right now where we have to really tap into our heart to show up and step up. And so us living from our heart space, this veil, this portal is open. And this is our time, you know, like it's been a really, really, really challenging year and a really challenging summer. We have had 6, almost 7 planets almost at the same time in retrograde, in the retrograde period. And it's just been really intense. We're seeing a lot on the political sector. We're seeing a lot in the world stuff because what's happening right now is we are still going through the last remnants of the Piscean era into the Aquarian age, which we talk about a lot in Kundalini Yoga. And this period of Aquarius is really powerful with community and also being really rebellious in a way. And so there is a lot of rebellion coming up right now. And the biggest rebellion is the one that is guided through the heart, right? Our rebellious self that is saying, like, the conditions that I was raised in or the way that I was taught or expected my life to be, like, that doesn't resonate with me. So I'm going to pave my own path, follow my heart, which is always connected with God's source universe, my highest self. And I'm going to go forth and navigate through this time and space with conviction, with ease, and with grace because I am leading with my heart. And I don't know about you, but I know in my life, I've been feeling so much of Jesus, Yeshua, Christ consciousness presence. And more of my clients have been really connecting a lot with Jesus and feeling that. I've had a lot of my friends that are really tapped in right now to the presence of the Christ consciousness, which is what is part of this higher dimensional living. And if you know anything, you know that you are not stuck in one dimension. We are multidimensional beings because we are simply spiritual beings having a human experience. And so practices like Kundalini Yoga help us heal on a multidimensional level. And this is why I'm so passionate about it, during this time 4 years ago, I was in my teacher training, and this morning I had a phone call with my teacher, and it was just so lovely to catch up with her and just to see how far I've come since really committing myself on this path. And the fact that I'm able to share my wisdom and my experience and my truth, this is part of me really stepping in and owning into my gift and the grace that the blessing that I get to experience with this Lion's Gate and beyond. So I just want you to know that this heavy density that's happening right now in our physical reality, this is our time to really transmute it, to really transform it, and understand that it's the diamond in the rough, right? We need this pressure to create that diamond. And so to create that diamond, to create that truth, to create that strength, this is where we're turning our shit into gold. This is where we are becoming the alchemists of our life and taking responsibility and taking charge and being like, hey, this is my reality. This is what I get to choose. This is what I get to experience. And there's nothing in the world that could tell me otherwise, right? When we are connected with our highest self, when we are connected with God, when we are connected with Source, we are able to step into that space with ease and grace. It's the pressures of society, the way that we've been brought through our lineage, our ancestral karma. These are the things that we need to heal and transmute. And I'm so excited because today was my last day with my first group of Thrive, and to see their transformations of really reclaiming their power back and rewriting and rewiring their cellular memory and their stories and the lineage. It's such a beautiful space for me to be able to witness and to hold that space for their transformations. And so even in honor of the Lionsgate portal right now, anyone who applies and signs up by the 11th, by the new moon, you will be able to get the early bird special. So I'm doing $111 off the full price. So it's going to be at the $888 price, or $444 for 2 monthly payments, or now I'm doing 6 payments. So you can do once a month for $167. So that breaks it down to less than $6 a day that you can really start to take life and say, like, you know what, I'm ready to shift. I'm ready to make this change. And so that's what this Lionsgate portal is about. So essentially what's happening is that there's a beautiful alignment right now between the sun, the earth, and the star Sirius. And it's aligned with the galactic center in Leo. So we also have Orion's belt here, right? And what is happening is that this alignment, you're going to be able to see it in the pyramids of Giza. And so, you know, I feel like there's been such a strong call of Egyptian priestess movement, you know, and something that I'm really tapping into a lot right now is that Egyptian culture and the Egyptian way of being. And this is what's really interesting, is because Sirius, that I mentioned as part of what's in alignment with us right now, Sirius is the star of Isis, right? And Queen Isis, she was it in the Egyptian religions and Egyptian culture. And if you don't know, if you haven't read the Magdalene manuscript, that book changed my life, because growing up in a Catholic household and very active in my church, what always drew me and what was always my guide and who's always been my strong guide is Mother Mary. My middle name's Maria, and I feel as though I had confirmation that I've been part of the Magdalene for lifetimes. And Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary, they were all students of Queen Isis, and she was able to help purify and really prepare Mother Mary to be able to bring in Jesus and to birth Jesus, this Christ consciousness that is the heart-centered. It's rule the I am, right? And so I'm just really fascinated by this time. I feel really connected with this time. I'm a Leo rising, so it's a huge part of my personality. And for me to come through during that time is no accident. And so essentially Sirius is our spiritual sun, and it's honored by a lot of very ancient, it's a lot of by many ancient cultures to really like be in that space, and it's that place of higher consciousness. And so essentially, like, what has been believed and what has been taught during these times is that these higher frequencies that inhibit Sirius, like, that is the home of the purest form of love. And Leo rules the heart, right? The lion heart, as I mentioned before. It's the heart. Where are you leading with your heart? And right now, this is what's crucial. We have to be using discernment to feel in our heart what resonates with us and what doesn't. There's a lot of confusion going on right now about what is real, what is true, what is this false light agenda that's been going on that's kind of steering people off from their highest self, from elevating to higher dimensions and activating and living in these higher consciousness. I know I've been experiencing a lot of reevaluating, reassessing, and revisiting what reigns true with me, perfect Mercury retrograde fashion, right? And the thing is that I'm doing and that I'm understanding is that these systems or these planets that are going through retrograde or whatever, I am using these energies to support me so I can continue forth on my mission to anchor in the golden era with a conscious generation. And I believe that that conscious generation starts with us on the individual level. That is why I show up day after day empowering people to radiate their radness, to transmute their traumas and the limiting beliefs, and to really stand their ground as to what reigns true with them. What's their truth? What is their Satnam? How are you allowing yourself to show up and step up? And it doesn't even have to be on this big platform. It can be in the simple, small interactions, right? Because you have to be able to go into whatever situation and continue to allow your heart to lead and allow your heart to shine. I'm having the craziest deja vu right now. I love it. But this is this really powerful cosmic portal right now. And there's this veil that's been opened between the spiritual and the physical realms. And it's really, really thin right now. And so you need to be able to use this energy right now. Allow yourself to tap into this space, tap into this time and be like, hey, I am being required right now to show up and live out my life's mission. There's no more playing small. There's no more hiding. I'm going to be courageous like the lion and allow my roar to come through. Allow that roar, allow that strength, that courage, that love to lead the way. And so this is a time right now for you to really tap into what you are ready to experience in this lifetime. And so it's really important for you to also become crystal clear. But more than them becoming crystal clear, what does it feel like? What is it? What is the feeling that it feels like when you reach that point? It's not about how you're getting there. It's about what is resonating. What is that feeling? And tapping into that vibration, right? Because everything is a vibration, everything is energy. Doesn't matter if it's money, it doesn't matter if it's people, it doesn't matter if it's opportunities, it doesn't matter if it's material things. Everything is energy, everything is a vibration. So it is our responsibility for us to heal on the quantum level, to transmute from the quantum level, to rewire our DNA, our cellular memory from a quantum level to really propel our lives and to move forward. It's all energy. It's all vibration. So this is a time for you, especially today with the Lion's Gate and during this portal, to take time for meditation, to take time in stillness, to go within, because all of your answers are within. The inner is creating the outer. I talk about this time and time again. This is what, when I did Thrive in my course, the first 4 weeks of this 8-week experience was all the inner work, because your inner is creating your outer. So you need to be willing to dive to the depths of the oceans within. All of the ancient wisdom, all of the teachings, everything you know is all within. And once you've tapped into that treasure chest, and once you've been able to discover that, you start to permeate that out. And so right now with what's happening in this Lion Gate is that there's this massive surge of light that's really activating and awakening your DNA. And with that, we are also activating our energetic field. And that is what is putting out there. That is what is our like GPS that is putting out whatever we want. And that is what we're calling out. whatever you're putting out is what you're going to receive, right? So these are massive codes of awakening that are happening right now. And all of this is in your auric field. So I talk about this a lot in my courses. I talk about this a lot through the other episodes of the podcast. I talk about this a lot just all the time. Your aura is your light body that permeates around you. That is your light being. You're having a Hue-man Experience, right? Hue of light. So you are here having a light experience that is your opportunity to shine your light brighter than ever before. When you have trauma, or when you're having these lower density energies that are stuck in your auric field, that are stuck in your cellular memory, what is happening is you have what looks like Swiss cheese. It's my best example so you can visualize what I'm talking about here. Your auric field becomes like Swiss cheese and there's holes in it. So anytime you have a lot of trauma or pain, you know, like I talked about it before, Louise, hey, you can heal your life. Your body is holding different energies, and there's different spiritual meanings that have with your organs. And so when you have like a weak organ or pain or whatever, or trauma from your childhood, you have these holes in your auric field, and the density that is present in our physical reality goes into that hole and sucks you dry like an energy vampire. And the biggest thing you have to understand is whatever is going on in your life, if there's something that is holding you back, that is because it goes back into your subconscious. I've talked about this before time and time again. Your subconscious is formed by the ages of 0 and 7, which means anything that goes forth, anything from that moment, that is going to bleed into your future. So if you have a lot of trauma from your childhood you don't want to address, or there's a lot of pain you haven't really discovered, I invite you to go back and to do that deep inner child work, because that is going to be a huge part of the answer. That is, you'll be able to understand and see that right there is what's been stopping you from living and radiating your authentic radness, going out there and living your truth and sharing your medicine and your gifts with the world. And right now, we are all being required right now to step up and show up and share our gifts. So allow yourself to dive in deep to that subconscious. Be aware of the stories that have been running the show and begin to rewrite them. You are the artist of your life. You are the one that is painting it golden. So you are here to co-create with God, with Source, with Universe. And so this is your chance and your opportunity to really step up, to really show up, and to say, enough is enough. I'm ready to show up in the world. And so right now, I just really want you to understand this is all about you becoming a vibrational match to what it is you want. So you taking care and having that time for you to infuse more self-love. You know, what does that look like? Maybe more stillness. Maybe it means like having those really difficult conversations that have been holding you back, that have been really hurting your heart. What do you know that you need to do and follow through and take action? Because you are the one that is navigating through this time and space with God, and it's your responsibility, and you want to be devoted to that thing that you're calling in, right? Show devotion to it because you know you're worthy of it. And how is that thing going to help you become a better human? How is that thing going to help you uplift humanity? How is that thing going to help you show up and step up? This is what the time is right now. And so you are here to really align into your highest evolvement more than ever before. And that is part of your heart. Tap into that Christ consciousness. Allow yourself to open up your heart, live from your heart center, because when you allow yourself to navigate through the heart, you're untouchable, right? The heart is everything. If your heart stops beating, you aren't alive. If you're not breathing, you aren't alive. And guess what? When you're having those difficult situations and you're caught up in it and you're in it, allow yourself to really say like, hey, am I breathing right now? I know for me, when I'm in those really tough situations and those conversations, I can sometimes catch myself forgetting to breathe. That breath is what's giving you life. So you need to allow yourself to breathe through it. Breathe through the pain. Breathe through the contractions. Breathe through it. Breathe breathe through it. If any of that icky stuff is coming up, understand that it's coming up to be healed and transmuted. It's coming up because it's ready and it's yearning for love and it's yearning for your light and it's yearning to allow you to be in that space of your truth. So this is about you allowing yourself to step out of the spiritual closet, to show up. This is about you leading with courage. This is about you leading with that conviction, with that grace, with that heart. I keep saying this because I really want you to understand. I really want you to integrate what I'm sharing with you right now. And this is just a massive transmission that I'm having right now because, like I said, this Lion's Gate, this is my time. The 8, we have this infinity symbol, right? So we have to understand that it's all part of it. There's infinite love, that you are infinite loved, you are infinitely supported, and just allow yourself to connect with God's source, your highest guides that are of pure love and pure intention, that want to see you excel and that want to see you thrive right now more than ever before. So just really tap into your spiritual truth right now, and remember, you're having this human experience. So allow your light to shine through. Do more things right now that really light you up. Do more of the things that really bring you joy, that really bring life into you. And so I want you to stop playing small. Stop playing small, start getting real, and stop people pleasing. Allow yourself to make sure your cup and your vessel is first full so that you can allow that overflow to come in and to be shared with the rest of the world, because otherwise there can be this energy of manipulation to try to get your way and things like that. But when you're flowing with an overflow, you're tapped into the abundance. You're not in this scarcity mindset. You're in this space of abundance. So allow yourself to honor right here, right now, what you have, the things that are abundant in your life right now. Focus on your gratitude. Maybe you don't have the money you want yet, or maybe you don't have the body you want yet, or maybe you want a certain material thing or a relationship. But what are you doing right now that is showing the universe and letting the universe know that what I have is enough and I'm ready to call in even more? Because when you have that enough, that is that cup full, right? Where is your cup full? And then what can you start doing to take action to allow it to be in that space of overflow? So just remember that, this is you allowing yourself to just be you, allowing your grace to come through, and allowing the transformation to happen. So take this time right now to just be with you. Take your time to be with nature. Like I said, we have this portal until the 11th, which is the new moon in Leo. And it's I just want to commend you for making it this fucking far, because July was really tough. We've had a really rough summer. We've had a lot going on, but the silver lining is on its way. And it will come sooner the more you allow yourself to be in the vibration that you've already received it. So honor your boundaries. Allow yourself to have that discernment. Say no thank you. Listen in to what feels expansive. If something's coming up that feels like it's keeping you back, listen to it. What is it trying to share with you? And allow yourself to rewrite it. This is your life. This is about you activating your fullest self, because you know what? We're living in a really auspicious time in history right now. And all I keep thinking about is oh my God, I look forward to the day when I get to go back and see how far I've come, So the biggest thing with that is to just allow yourself to honor how far you fucking come. You've done a lot of work. You've got yourself to this very moment. You're listening into this right now, which shows me and the world that you're on this path to evolve into your highest self. So start being gentle with yourself, and by honoring yourself and loving yourself, maybe today you go out and do an extra hike, or maybe you take a salt bath, maybe you pleasure yourself, maybe you love on yourself, love someone else. But this is a lot about you loving on you right now, more than anything, because you have to make sure you are loving you before you can really share that out with everyone else, because then you're thinking that someone outside of you is bringing you that joy and you're giving away your powers. This is about your time to take leadership and to step up. And I knew this was going to be a really interesting time because when I left Joshua Tree National Park the other day, a mountain lion walked right in front of me. It just walked right across the road during sunset, saw this mountain lion. So obviously I was like, okay, I have to see what this medicine's about. And the mountain lion is just about being a leader, and it's not about what the world is telling you to do. It's about you listening to your heart and allowing your heart to guide you as you go forth and be a leader. So you may disappoint some people, whatever, those aren't your people. So just don't allow the world outside of you to dictate you and to stop you from who you are. Allow yourself to continue to rise. Allow yourself to continue to roar. Allow yourself to continue to soar, because this is the time where we need to open up our throat, speak our truth with conviction, and say, you know what, enough is enough. I am worthy of having the life that I have, and no one's going to stop me. This is what this time is about. So you tap into your spiritual self. There's no more like playing small or like, tiptoeing along. This is you standing with conviction, and allow your fucking roar to soar. Allow it to be loud. Allow it to be strong with conviction, because you are standing your ground right now. If something is not resonating with you, that someone or something is doing, stand your ground. This isn't about let's love and light it. This is about having the fucking courage to stand your ground and have that protection and being like, no, this is not okay. So speak your truth. Speak your truth right now. More than ever, we can't be having people that are half-assing their life anymore. It's not working. It's not working, and it's not giving you the life that you really want. The people who are succeeding and the people that are soaring in their lives, they stand their ground, they honor their boundaries, and they respect themselves. So allow this time for you to just respect yourself, because you love yourself. You love yourself. Look into the mirror and share what you love about yourself. Speak your truth and be in that space and just really love on yourself. So it starts with you, and we're tapping into this ancient wisdom today with the Lion's Gate, and it's all within you, and there's so much more than you can even see in your physical reality right now that is happening behind the scenes. So you have to continue to just honor the journey, trust the process, and to just allow yourself to listen to what reigns true. Listen to your truth and allow yourself to be like, this is it. This is where I'm at. This is what I'm calling in. This is what I don't allow myself to be at anything lower than this. This is my baseline now. And I refuse to keep lowering my standards to make the people around me happy. When you allow yourself to honor your standards and you own it, you'll attract more of those people. So just go out there, tap into your heart, tap into your cosmic truth that you are more than enough. You are more than worthy of living the life of your dreams. Become crystal clear, feel into the vibration, and share what you're ready to call in. How are you stepping up and allowing your courageous heart to take the lead? That's what this is all about right now. So share with me what's going on. I would love to hear more. I'm doing this again this month because it was so fun. Anyone who leaves a review for the Sovereign Society podcast on iTunes, send me a screenshot. And you can send it to hello@shamanesicadessa.guru, or you can send me a DM of your screenshot over to Instagram, and you will be entered to win a free soul activation session with me, which I'm really excited about because we'll dive in deep and really discover what's going on. So it's going to be a 45-minute session for us to really see where you're at, tap in, looking through your astrology, and just overall what's going on in your body to really tap into that wisdom of what it's sharing with you on what's ready to come up. So I'm really excited about that. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Again, if you want to join me for Thrive, the Lionsgate special is available until the 11th. So if you've applied and you've set up your time and you do decide to join me for Thrive, you'll be getting the early bird special at $888 for the pay in full, $444 for the 2-month payments. So one payment when you pay now, and then the second half the next month, or you'll pay 6 payments of $167, which goes over for 6 months. So I'm doing my best to make it as affordable as possible, making it less than $6 a day with the early bird special, because I just want to continue to support you to go forth and share your truth. And this is our time. This is our time to really step up. And I'm really committed to helping people to align to their highest self and to experience the life that they've always wanted. You know, this is your life. Who's telling you you're not worthy of that? Who's telling you that you have to play small? Who's telling you that you have to, you know, keep yourself short? That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. You are here to create your life. You are here to co-create your life. And as you create your life, how are you bettering humanity? That's what this is all about. So connect to this energy. Your DNA is upgrading. A lot of shifts can be going on. So I'm here for you. I'm excited to see who's coming through with Thrive. Stay Woke is also $77 now. I brought the price down after having that breakthrough from my last session on the lunar eclipse. I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm making this $77 because I create my rules, and I want people to have this information, because this is stop playing small and start getting real. So I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode. And I look forward to seeing you all soon. So take care.